What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, and welcome everybody to the PLCL, aka Phantom's Little Cup League Draft Breakdown, where your boy, Gokey Gamer, hello, how are you today? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. The coach of the Milwaukee Meditites will be going over our team for Season 1 of this league. I am so stoked. I don't know how to word, apparently. I'm just going over the top of my head off of this, so this is going to be very, very exciting. So, anyways, for those of you who don't know me, hi, like I said, my name is Gokey Gamer. I'm usually the coach of the Milwaukee Medichamps, and I'm actually currently taking part in Season 2 of the IBA, as well as another project that'll be released, or well, I'm going to announce it later today, so be looking forward to that. But, yeah, I am the coach of the Milwaukee Medichamps, although this time I'm the coach of the Milwaukee Meditites, because we're doing a Little Cup League, so I thought that'd be fun. In terms of, like, doing Little League, this is my first time doing Little League. I have had experience doing Pokemon Battle Revolution and that kind of stuff. If you guys know, you guys know. But I loved using niche Pokemon. I love using, like, the PU Pokemon or the NU Pokemon. I don't know what it is. I'm just better at using those than typically OU Pokemon. It's really weird. But anyways, yeah. So, needless to say, I am stoked about this league. I'm really, really excited. I think I have a really, really good shot at it. I think I have a really, really great team that I'm really excited to show you guys. So, without any further ado, let's jump into it. So, going into this, I didn't really have a plan. I just kind of, grabbed some Pokemon. There's fluff on my hat. My apologize. My apologize. My apologies. But anyways, I really didn't have a plan. I just grabbed certain Pokemon that I was like, oh, I think I like you. Oh, I think I like you. Okay, I'm gonna grab this Pokemon then. Maybe I'll consider this. So, yeah. However, the first Pokemon I decided to pick up was a mon that I was like, it just fits well with every single team. It does great work all in all, and I think it is a great mon to use. So, the first Pokemon, sorry, my keyboard. So the first Pokemon that I have decided to use is Alolan Vulpix. By the way, I was 7th in picking for this draft league, exactly the same as the IBA Season 1.5, where there were also 10 coaches. There are 10 coaches for this league, by the way. So that's coincidence, I think not. But yeah, and also, coaches, for those of you who watched me for a while, coaches, some of the coaches from the IBA are here, SlightliSalti and QtheCostaRican, as well as Gio and Phantom Michael from the Cage Lock, be sure to check that out, and also G18 for the Selling Versus, and also the Cage Lock, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, anyways, sorry about that. Shameless plugs out of the way. Alolan Vulpix. This thing is just a really good mon. I really love Alolan Vulpix. Snow Lily, the Alolan Vulpix. It can do a whole bunch of things. It gets a decent amount of variety, and also it's obviously well known for its Snow Warning Aurora Veil combination. I apologize, I can't word today. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, overall, I think this is a really, really great mon. It has two pretty decent offensive typings in Ice and... Actually, it's Pure Ice. I actually didn't even realize that. It's just Pure Ice. So that's pretty dope right there. Let's see. Defensive-wise, it's not the best, but it does take care of the dragons already. It does take care of grass types already. It does take care of other types already. Flying types is another one. So, and then like I said before, it gets a whole bunch of variety in moves. So yeah, it is also a pretty decent attacker overall. It's okay, like 50 special attack. And it has 65 special defense and 65 speed. So yeah, overall, I've built my team a lot around Alolan Vulpix's Aurora Veil. Now, I'm not going to be relying on Aurora Veil, obviously, but I'm very, very stoked to be using Snow Lily because get it, Snowy and Lily from the anime, but I'm ching. But anyways, bad jokes are bad. Anyways, let's go ahead and go over the next Pokemon. But anyways, yeah, I'm really excited about Alolan Vulpix. Now, the next Pokemon. I realized this Pokemon really paired well with Alolan Vulpix because it gets the ability Overcoat, and it's just a really, really defensive mon in general, and is a really threatening mon to have to deal with. So that mon is Vullaby. Rugrats the Vullaby. Rugrats gets Overcoat, it gets Weak Armor, it gets Big Pecs, it gets some really great abilities. But, yeah, I figured this thing really pairs well with Alolan Vulpix. It can Toxic things, it can, do a whole bunch of other things as well that I'm not gonna spoil here. But, it can Knock Off, it can be physical or special if I need it to be. It has great overall defenses and HP, and even speed stat too. Defense is 75, 65 in special defense, 60 in speed, and it's 70 in HP. That's really freaking good if you ask me. So I am really stoked to be using this. This also gives me an immunity to both psychic and ground, which is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love that, and I think this thing is absolutely going to be useful for us. So I am very, very excited. We are allowed to run Eviolite, and this thing with an Eviolite could be very, very deadly. I'm very, very excited to be using this thing. For those of you who don't know, I actually did use Mandibuzz in Season 1 of the IBA, and it did okay. It did okay. I felt like my Season 1 team didn't have the best chemistry, but I think with this team in particular, I think Volbeat is going to be really, really good. So I'm really excited to be using it. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and go on to the next mon. Now, the next mon is a mon I'm really, really interested in, because I just love this evolutionary line, and also this Pokemon is just a really cool Pokemon. It also gives me an immunity to both normal and fighting types. And that Pokemon is Alistair the Duskull. Warning, spoiler alert, this is going to be shiny, and it's not just named Alistair because of the gym leader, although that's part of it, obviously, but also after the Has Been Hotel Alistair. So yeah, there you go. Be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Has Been Hotel. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But anyways, yeah, this thing is like bulk city. 90 in both defenses, and although the HP is not the best, it still just is absolutely massive in defenses, and I like that a lot. It also gets the ability Levitate, so it can not be affected by ground types, which is also great. Another immunity to ground. And it gets the ability Frisk as well to see if I can bait out some items. It gets one of the new moves being Poltergeist, which can be absolutely broken on this thing. It gets a bunch of other surprising things as well that I'm looking forward to possibly using. And yeah, overall, this thing, I'm really, really excited to be using this thing. I'm really, really excited. I think this thing is going to come in handy. I think this thing is going to be really a lot of fun to use. And I am stoked about it. Not even going to lie. So yeah, that is my boy, Alistair the Duskull for you. Yeah. Alright, next Pokemon. Now going into this, at this point in the draft league, a lot of ground types and fire types are being taken. And I realized that if I wanted to pick up a good ground or fire type, I needed to pick one up in this round. And also, I also had the thing to deal with being, I had a bunch of defensive Pokemon, but I don't have any offensive Pokemon that hit hard. So I was looking, and I was like, okay, there's a lot of ground types being taken. I need to look at the ground types to see, because I really want an immunity to electric. That's really good. So I was looking, and then I noticed this thing, and I realized, oh my gosh, this thing pairs up so well with Aurora Veil, and just Reflect Light Screen in general, which just also gets to Reflect and Light Screen. I'm pretty sure. Yes, wait, maybe it doesn't. I thought it did. Well, whatever, there are other mons who get that. Anyways, yeah, anyways, that Pokemon that I saw that was still somehow available in round 4 is Skull Kid the Cubone. I still can't believe I picked up this thing. Now, for those of you who don't know what Cubone can do, I'm not going to say anything here, but if you know, you know. Don't spoil it in the comments, please. But yeah, combine this little buff that Cubone gets, along with its 95 defense, 15 HP, and 15 special defense, combined with a Alolan Vulpix's Aurora Veil, this thing is going to be a monster, and I'm really looking forward to it. It gets Battle Armor, it gets Lightning Rocket, it gets Rock Head, all great abilities, and it gets a decent, it gets an okay amount of variety. And yeah, overall, I'm really, really excited to be using this thing. I think this thing is going to be very good. I think this thing is going to be very epic. I am very, very excited, and there are some strats in here that I can use that I am certain nobody's going to be expecting. So that's really exciting. But yeah, Skull Kid to Cubone, I thought this was a big steal for round 4, and especially on my team, it just fits so immensely well, and I absolutely love it. And I'm really looking forward to using it. So yeah. Next up on the team, another typing that was getting really picked up a lot was fighting types. Those were disappearing really, really fast, so I knew I really, really wanted to pick up a fighting type, and I went ahead and did that. So our next Pokemon that we got is a one that we actually do have in the IBA right now, or its baby form anyways, and that is Baby Noodle the Pancham. I'm very, very excited about this. Basically Pancham does the exact same things that Pangoro does, and it does have a really monstrous attack at 82, HP 67, really not that bad. It is pretty defensive, and the fact that it's pure fighting means that it's not quad weak to fairy. It is weak to psychic now, but still, being not 4 times weak to fairy is very, very nice. and it gets a lot of great moves. This is probably another underrated Pokemon. I really wanted Mienfoo, but Mienfoo got taken from me, I believe round 3 or round 4, so I decided to go with this thing, and honestly, I think this thing is going to come in clutch even more. So I'm very, very excited to be using my boy Pancham. I'm really excited to be using Baby Noodle. I think he's going to be putting in the work, and I am super stoked about it. I think this thing is going to be great. So yeah, really looking forward to using Pancham, because it is just that great of a mon. Now, next up on the team is a really interesting one. I knew I really wanted a normal type. I wanted a decent normal type, and the normal types had just started getting sniped. So, like, Munchlax got picked up by SlightliSalti, and there were a couple other normal types that were getting picked up. And originally, I was going to go with Porygon. Now, by the time my turn came around, Porygon was still available. However, I saw this one Pokemon, and I decided to change my strategy up and pick up this other Pokemon instead of Porygon, because I realized that with Alolan Vulpix and all these other defensive mons, it would be a lot better, and there were a lot of other strats that I could pull off with this thing than I could with Porygon. And that is a surprising pick, being Theodore the Squovet. Now, if you don't know the strategy that I'm talking about, I'm not going to say anything because I really want to surprise you guys. Again, don't leave comments, please, okay? But anyways, Squovet, yes, I'm very excited to be using this thing. You guys have no freaking idea. This thing does not get the best variety in moves, but it has some really great stats, and HP is 70. You get some really great moves like Amnesia and stuff like that I can use. And overall, it can hit hard like a truck if it needs to. And I'm really excited to be using this thing. I think this thing is going to be a bit more niched. But I am really excited for it. Again, I could have picked up Porygon here, but I decided to go with Squovet instead because I felt like, you know what? Let's go niche a little bit. Let's surprise my opponents a little bit with this. And so yeah, hopefully Theodore can put in the work. If you guys know what Theodore is a reference to. I like those movies way more as a kid than I'd like to admit. But anyways, yes, there's Squovet. Now, enough about Squovet. So, now there is another Pokemon that I really was looking at, and I am so shocked that it did not get picked any sooner. Like, legitimately, I'm amazed it didn't get picked any sooner. This is a huge steal for us, round 7. And was it round 7? Yes, it was round 7. I'm not an idiot. Okay. Round 7, this was just such a huge steal, and I am so glad I picked this up. Shinx V. I said Shinx. Okay. Floofy the Shinx. Floofy the Shinx is making an appearance. I am so stoked. You guys have no idea. It gets such amazing abilities, such as Rivalry and Intimidate and Guts. Oh my gosh, this thing is so good. And it gets really amazing variety of moves. It can also set up screens. It can do, well, it can set up light screen anyways. It can do just a whole bunch of other things too if I need it to. It has some amazing moves. It has some pretty decent stats overall. Not the best, but not the worst. And overall, it's just a mon I'm really excited about. This was definitely a steal for round 7, I feel like. Physical electric type is definitely not bad at all. And if I need to, I can even run special attack if I want to. So, I felt like this was a huge steal for us. I'm really glad I was able to pick this up because Shinx is amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. It's kind of like Pancham. Pancham is a bit more powerful than Shinx, but still, I am really excited for Shinx because it's electric type, obviously, being only weak to ground. It's just great. I love it. So, yeah. Now, next up on the team, I realized I have a lot of, like, all 4 of my attacker mons are physical mons. And I was like, that's not a good thing. I need a special attacker. And, like, I had Alolan Vulpix and Volibee, but I was like, I need something that's actually good at hitting on the offensive side on the special attack, whatever, you guys get it. So I decided to go ahead and pick up this next mon, which is Twirly. This also gives me 2 new types in Psychic and Fairy, because again, until now, I thought Vulpix was Ice Fairy. But yeah, it's just Ice. This is Psychic Fairy, honestly not complaining. So yeah, we got Mime Jr. Mime Jr. actually has a really great special attack and special defense. Special attack is 70, special defense is 90. It's honestly amazing. 60 speed is not bad as well. It is really weak on the physically defensive side, but if I can outspeed things, then that's not really much of a concern at all. It gets an okay amount of variety. It can also set up screens for us if we need it to. It can do a number of niche strats that I'm really looking forward to using. And yeah, that's pretty much this set. This is also one of... I also debated about picking up Bronzor, because, spoiler alert, I don't have a Steel type on my team. I really debated about picking up Bronzor, but I realized the thing with Bronzor was I already had Duskull, which basically does the same functions as Bronzor, except, like, Duskull, debatably has a better typing than it, and I was like, you know what? I need something that actually hits specially offensive. I need something that hits on the special side, because I have a bunch of physical attackers, I have a bunch of walls, but I don't have any special attackers. So I decided to pick up Mime Jr. as my primarily specially offensive Mon. Now, obviously, Volibee can be specially offensive, Vulpix can be specially offensive if need be, but I needed one that I could dedicate to, so that way, you know, I can round out the team a bit better. And also, Psychic Fairy, great typing, and yeah, so that's Mime Jr. right there for you. It also gives me immunity to Dragon. Now, the next Pokemon. These last 2 rounds were a bit rough because I knew I really wanted a Fire type. Unfortunately, I did not get one because I was really looking at Salandit, but then Salandit got taken, so that was a hashtag big boost for me. I really wanted a Bug type, and I was debating about picking up a Rock type, and I knew I really wanted Poison. So, or Steel. Poison or Steel. So I really had to pick and choose what my last 2 Mons were going to be. So in terms of this next pick, I was really looking at Larvesta a lot, but I decided instead of picking up Larvesta, which was another physically attacking Mon, that didn't really get much stat boosts. I don't even think it gets Quiver Dance. I instead decided to pick up a Mon that could benefit a bit more from the Aurora Veil. It also benefits more defensively as well, a lot more defensively actually, and it can do more strats than Larvesta can. So I decided to pick up Dwebble as my round 9 pick. Isn't he adorable? That's the other thing as well. Dwebble and Crustle are freaking adorable, and if you disagree with me, you're wrong. So, anyways, we got Dwebble here. We got a little baby Dwebble here. Anyways, he's adorable, and I love him. So, yeah. Bug Rock type, obviously a great typing, being only weak to water and rock, I'm pretty sure. So that's great. He has a couple of great abilities in sturdy, shell armor, and even weak armor. I'm really looking forward to using this. He has some really good defensive stats at 85. Base HP is 58, base attack is 65, and it can honestly hit hard. And it gets a decent amount of variety as well. It also has a bunch of strats that I'm really excited to be using in this league 1000%, because this thing, I'm really looking forward to. A lot of these Pokemon have some, I feel like, unknown strats that other people are going to be like, whoa, I did not know that thing got that. So this is one of those Mons. This is one of those Mons where it can also be a bit unpredictable as well, depending on what I bring. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, overall, Dwebble is a Mon that I'm really excited about using. I think I will be able to go far with it. And again, Dwebble is just so freaking adorable, and I love him to death. So yeah. Oh, by the way, Mime Jr.'s named Twirly, and I don't have a name for Dwebble yet. I'll get back to you on that one. And yeah, last up but not least, though, we have got our last Mon. Now again, I had to really decipher what I wanted on my team, and I decided to go with this Mon because I've kind of used this Mon before, similar to Pancham, and B, I was like, I wanted to get rid of things like Toxic Spikes easily, I wanted to get rid of Hazards easily, I wanted to be able to do all those things real easily, and I didn't really have an answer for that besides Volibee, and I wanted another Mon for that specifically, and I wanted a Mon that was immune to poison. I knew I wanted a Mon that was immune to poison, and I did not have a Steel type yet, and I did not have a Poison type yet, so I knew it was going to be Poison or Steel, one of the two. Again, Salandit would have been the most preferred, but unfortunately Salandit got taken. So I decided to go with the next best option, was an option that I was actually looking at pretty much the entire league, and I'm really surprised it lasted until round 10, and that is Coughing as our last Mon, round 10 pick for ya boys. Now, I'm really surprised about this thing getting last because it actually does not have that bad stats. Attack and special attack are both pretty decent, 65 and 60 respectively. Defense is 95, which is really good. HP is 40, which is not bad compared to some of the other Mons that I've discussed, which some have base 20. And, yeah, overall, it's definitely not the worst Pokemon. It gets Levitate, which means it's only, weakness is Psychic, possibly. It gets Neutralizing Gas. It gets Stench. It can do a lot of stuff. It gets Clear Smog. It gets Curse. It gets Dark Pulse. It gets Explosion. It gets a lot of the similar moves that Galarian Weezing Stax does. I don't know if I'm going to name this thing Stax. Probably not, but, yeah, overall, I'm really excited about this Mon. Again, I'm surprised that it lasted this long. I definitely think it was a steal for round 10. But yeah, those are the Mons that I have got for this league. So yeah. So those are all the Pokemon that I have got for this Little Cup League. Now, we might do trades. I don't know exactly. There might be a couple of offers that come up and then I'm like, oh, we want to trade. And I'll be like, oh, sweet, let's do it. Or whatever. But overall, I definitely feel really good about this team. Yeah, overall, I'm just really, really excited. Now, there are some interesting things to note. I really wanted to pick up Goomy. Goomy was one that has actually not been picked up. But I really, really wanted Goomy. I felt like, because A, I had never used Dragon type before in a draft league, I'm pretty sure. I don't even think I had one in the SSL, which is kind of insane. And B, like, Dragon types can be really, really threatening in a league like this, with the Little Cup League having so many resistances. And a lot of mons not having very versatile movesets. So I knew, like, picking up something like Goomy would be really good. But I decided ultimately I really wanted the poison type in Coughing, and I really wanted like Dwebble, which is a rock and bug type, because I felt like those two typings worked really well together. And so I decided not to pick up Goomy for that. But I was literally trying to decide between Coughing, Dwebble, and Goomy at one point. So for my last 2 round picks. So it was hard. It was hard drafting. And I did get sniped a couple times. Like I said, the Salandit was probably the worst one. I got sniped on that one. There were a couple others I got sniped too. I mentioned the Mienfoo. That would have been nice to pick up, but again, I'm excited about Pancham. 1000%. I've used Pangoro so far in the IBA. So far, I've only battled twice in the IBA, and Pangoro's come through both times in just those 2 battles alone. So I'm really loving using Pangoro. Hopefully, Pancham will come in clutch for us as well. There are some niche Pokemon in here, like Squirrelbit, that I'm really excited about using. And yeah, overall, I think I have a very, very good chance in doing well in this league. So I'm really looking forward to it. The first battle will either be going up Saturday or Sunday. I don't know exactly when. I'll put it up here, and I'll also put who we're battling right here, so that way you guys can see what's going on there. But yeah, overall, I'm very, very, very excited about this team. I think we have a very good chance. I'm really excited that I'm going to be battling a couple of the coaches from the IBA. We're going to be battling new coaches that I've never battled before. We're going to be battling Phantom, and we're going to be finally taking on Geo in a draft league, which I am very, very excited about. You guys have no idea. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this breakdown. If you guys are excited, be sure to get the Milwaukee Meditites hype in the chat. And also, let me know what you guys think of my team. What would you change? Was there anything that you would change? Is there anything you would not change? What do you like the most? What do you like the least? And all that fun stuff. Be sure to let me know. Again, I need to come up with names for Dwebble and Coughing, but we'll get to that eventually. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll get to it eventually. Mime Jr.'s name's Twirly as well. I know. I think I briefly mentioned that, but we glossed over it. But, yeah, I think that's going to do it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And be looking forward to Week 1 coming out this weekend, along with Week 3 of the IBA, and with, some other battles will be sprinkled in during the week. Again, there will be another announcement video going up later today. Be sure to check that out, because I think you guys will be excited. Because, again, like this league, I'm going to be stepping into some new territory with this announcement video. So, be looking forward to it. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you dudes in the next video. Peace out, mates!